In the vast, frozen world of Antarctica, a continent practically defined by its hostility to life, an incredible event unfolds every single year. Just as the brutal Antarctic winter begins, and every other sensible creature flees for the safety of the open ocean, millions of emperor penguins do the exact opposite. They turn their backs on their only food source and start a long, desperate march, not toward safety, but straight into the heart of the deadliest storms on Earth. They trek 50 to 75 miles inland, into a world where temperatures will plunge to -40 degrees Celsius, and winds will scream at nearly 90 miles per hour. They're marching into months of complete darkness and starvation. Honestly, it looks like a mass suicide mission, a parade into nothingness. But this isn't a march toward death. It's a shocking, high-stakes survival strategy, all designed to protect their future chicks from a hidden danger that lurks where you'd least expect it. So, what on earth could possibly be worth this kind of sacrifice? The whole thing kicks off around March and April, as the Antarctic autumn sets in. The sun gets lower, the sea ice expands, and for the emperor penguins, that's the starting gun. Guided by instincts developed over millennia, and maybe even by the Earth's magnetic field, they leave the ocean behind. And this is a huge deal. The ocean is their entire life, filled with the krill, fish, and squid they need to live. It's the only grocery store for thousands of miles. And yet, they walk away. In huge, determined columns, they shuffle across the ice, a seemingly endless river of black and white. The journey is brutal. To save energy, they waddle, and whenever the terrain gets smooth, they drop onto their bellies and toboggan, pushing themselves along with their feet and flippers. All around them, the world is shutting down. The air gets colder with every step, and the storms start brewing. To anyone watching, their destination looks like nothing more than a flat, empty sheet of ice. They are marching away from food and toward a storm that will rage for months. It all leads to the most obvious question you could ask: why? Why trade the ocean for a frozen desert at the worst possible time of year? The destination is the breeding colony, a spot that becomes their entire universe for the next 9 months. But getting there isn't the end of the ordeal, it's just the beginning. Here, in the heart of winter, they'll face the coldest environment of any bird on the planet. The air hits -40 degrees Celsius, but with wind chill, it can feel like a deadly -60 or even colder. For months, the sun won't rise, plunging them into total darkness. To survive this, the penguins have developed one of the most incredible cooperative tricks in the animal kingdom, the huddle. The males, who stay behind to protect the eggs, press together into a dense, tight mass of bodies. They aren't just standing near each other, they're creating a single, living furnace. The penguins on the outer edge get blasted by the wind and cold, but the huddle is always moving. It's a slow, churning vortex of life. Penguins on the freezing perimeter are gradually shuffled into the warm, cozy center, where temperatures can hit a balmy 20 degrees Celsius. Through this constant, selfless rotation, they share the burden and make sure no one freezes. The dense feathers and thick fat provide incredible insulation, but without the huddle, they'd all die. Still, this only explains how they survive. It doesn't answer the bigger mystery of why they choose this trial by ice in the first place. The reason for this seemingly insane march isn't for the adults' survival at all. It's 100% for the chicks, to shield them from 2 major dangers. The first one is pretty obvious: predators. The Antarctic Ocean is full of leopard seals and orcas, and a clumsy, flightless chick wouldn't stand a chance. By moving so far inland, the penguins create a massive, frozen buffer between their nursery and the hungry mouths in the sea. But the main reason, the hidden threat that drives this entire epic journey, is the ice itself. It's both their cradle and a potential death trap. Emperor penguins need a stable platform of ice to lay their eggs and raise their chicks, which takes months. The sea ice closer to the coast is just too flimsy and unreliable. As spring and summer arrive, that ice breaks up and drifts away. If they laid their eggs there, the nursery would simply disintegrate beneath them, and thousands of eggs and chicks would be plunged into the freezing water. We've seen this happen in recent, tragic events. At the Halley Bay colony, once the second largest in the world, the sea ice broke up too early in 2016, leading to the deaths of over 10,000 chicks that weren't ready to swim. The colony was basically abandoned after similar failures in the following years. To avoid that fate, the penguins have to march inland to find what's known as fast ice, sea ice that's locked firmly to the coastline or grounded icebergs, making it thick and stable enough to survive the breeding season. The suicidal march is actually the ultimate act of parental planning, a brutal pilgrimage to find solid ground in a world that's always shifting. Just getting to the stable ice is only the first part of nature's toughest bargain. After the female lays her single, precious egg, the next nerve-wracking moment arrives, the handoff. In the freezing chaos, she has to pass the egg to the male, from her feet to his. It's incredibly tense. If that egg touches the ice for more than a few seconds, it will freeze solid, and their entire journey will have been for nothing. Once the transfer is done, the female's job is far from over. Exhausted and drained from producing the egg, she has to immediately turn around and start the long march right back to the sea to eat. She'll travel for weeks, leaving the male to face the darkest, coldest part of winter all by himself. For the next 2 months, the male won't eat a single thing. He'll just stand there in the huddle, balancing the egg on his feet, keeping it warm in a special pouch of skin. During this insane fast, he can lose up to half of his body weight. When the chick finally hatches, Dad can cough up a small, milky meal to get it started, but that's just a temporary fix. The chick's life now depends entirely on the mother's return. She has to find her way back across the ice, pick her colony out of thousands of penguins, and then find her one specific mate just by his unique call. Only then can she deliver the belly full of fish that will keep their chick alive. It's a relay race against death, where every calorie counts. The emperor penguin's survival plan is a masterpiece of evolution, a perfect solution for an impossible environment. But that strategy is now being pushed to its absolute limit. In April 2026, the emperor penguin was officially declared an endangered species. The same sea ice they rely on is disappearing at an alarming rate because of climate change. Warmer temperatures are causing the fast ice to break up earlier and more unpredictably, leading to massive breeding failures. Scientists warn that more than 90% of colonies could be nearly extinct by the end of the century. The march into the storm was once their greatest strength, but now it highlights their greatest vulnerability. These birds are a living indicator of our planet's health, and their struggle is a clear warning of an ecosystem unraveling. If this incredible story of resilience moved you, subscribe to our channel to keep exploring the amazing and fragile wonders of our natural world. And yet, there is hope. Satellite images have shown that some colonies, faced with losing their homes, aren't just giving up. They're relocating, sometimes moving 20 or 30 miles to find new, more stable ice, a stunning display of their adaptability. Their annual journey isn't a march of madness, but a powerful testament to parental devotion. It's a story that reminds us that even in the harshest place on Earth, the drive to create and protect new life is the most powerful force of all.